Okay. All right. You ready?
All right, today is another travel day. We are heading to Reggio Emelia, which is not as common of a travel destination in Italy, but it's where my sister is studying, so we're going to pick her up. It is quite rainy slash thunderstormy slash ominous outside, so we are just waiting till our train. We did take the train yesterday between the 5 Cinque Terre cities. There is a train that goes to all 5 plus the larger cities on each end. It is €5, but it's not like €5 a day. It's €5 and you choose a destination. You can't just get on and off wherever, which kind of stinks, but you can buy a pass. It is more, I think that one's cost us €18, or you can buy like a 3-4 day pass as well. So there's other options. They don't always look at your train ticket, but apparently when they look, you better have it. They did look at ours once. We went to 3 of the 5 cities, and it was very magical, I must say. The trains do get quite busy in the mid-afternoon. Like, the platforms were packed with people, but the evening and morning were not as busy, and we didn't miss a train or anything. There is also the option to hike between all of the 5 cities. Now, to do the entire thing, I believe is 13 miles, but you can choose to just hike between a city or 2. My sister, who lives in Colorado, hikes a lot, was like, oh yeah, hike between 2 of the cities. You don't need to bring extra hiking shoes, just wear your Reeboks, it'll be fine. Yeah, then we went on a sunset cruise and I saw the hike from the water. She's joking. And I also saw the people who were coming on and off the hike. These people were like in hiking gear. Now, I didn't actually do it. We didn't actually do it. So look this up yourself. I know between certain cities is easier or more difficult depending on which one. But from what I know, it's a lot of up and down. And a lot of steps. So keep that in mind. But she said the views were great and beautiful. So that is another option. And we did hear of a lot of people doing that. Well, they were here. So, and I say Cinque Terre, like the towns are, yes, touristy, but the towns themselves remain quite small. Each were like 1,000 people who like live here. And they look kind of like preserved in time. So very, very neat Italian destination.
What is that?
Look who we found.
You got bacon. 30 what?
30 months. That's how long it's aged.
The one that's 17.
Okay, guys. So, I found out that we are the reason that pigeons are so crazy. We bred them in the war. Sorry. To carry bombs and letters, and now after that we just let them be, and they didn't know how to live by themselves. And so you can have a little bit more sympathy for those crazy birds.
That's why they're nuts.
Yeah.
We made them this way.
Explain what is even happening here, because this just arrived.
It's Aperitinos! You get it for free with your drink. Like it should be.
All right,
What are
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so Venice. It's our little Venetian suite. Used to be a kitchen, apparently. Bathroom number 1 for my sister and me. Other bathroom and a little terrace for wine and cheese or beer and chips for my dad.
Oh yeah, because they pulled in a little cot.
Very
They do this
tippy. That's what we say about pilots and taxi drivers.
Poi fa la salto.
Pavarotti nel blu, dipingo di blu, felice di stare lassù, c'è del blu, dipingo di blu.
To us, bruschetta. Apparently first we say it wrong.
Yes. Well, no, you said it right.
I said it right, but Americans say it wrong. What do they say?
Toast. And then, oh, I don't know. They say bruschetta, but it's bruschetta.
Oh, okay.
But it's toast and tomatoes, and then bruschetta seasoning, which is like parsley and thyme and garlic and all the good things.
Wow.
Yours looks good. Yours looks good. That must be a newer bridge.
We're in Bologna now.
Alright, I think I'm gonna end this here. I got a little bit distracted, didn't make much like solid information, I guess, for you since we got my sister because it was just so exciting. But we checked out Reggio Emilia, which I think was a really neat place. I feel like if you're gonna come to Italy and want to stay a long time, that'd be a nice place to stay because not touristy at all Italian speakers, very authentic and cheap, but very close to everything. And then we did Venice, which of course is always a dream, and now we're in Bologna, leaving today, so that will be the end. I'll just show you clips of our Emirates flight back home. Cheers. Went to go check out the bar lounge in the sky, and look what I came back to. Aperol spritz and little appetizers. Obviously, I am back in the US now, but I just wanted to cover some things, our overall Italy route that we took, transportation trips, and I'll tell you a little bit of a funny now story. But our overall route, if you weren't following along super closely, I'll just go over it now, is we flew from New York City to Milan, stayed in Milan a few days, took the train from Milan to Cinque Terre, but Cinque Terre is a series of 5 cities, so we stayed in Monterosso, which is the flattest of those 5 cities. The other ones are quite hilly, but Monterosso is the flattest and also is the one with the best beach. So we stayed there. Then we took the train and went on to Reggio Emilia. Reggio Emilia, we went there because that's where my sister was. This is not necessarily a touristy place. Very neat, very fun town in my opinion, but a lot of local people. It's a college town. The closest area to that is Bologna, which Bologna is a cool city with apparently a lot of really good food, because everybody when we said we were going to that area was like, that's where the best food in Italy is. From that area, Reggio Emelia, we took the train onto Venice and stayed in Venice, which Venice just has my heart. Venice is amazing. And then leaving, my sister flew out of Bologna, we flew out of Milan. So that's the overall route that we took on our Italy trip. It was mainly northern Italy. So now I want to talk about transportation in Italy, because to Americans, it's just such a foreign concept, but you can take trains absolutely everywhere. The train system is mwah. If you are planning to do that while in Italy, download the app Train Italia, and you can buy your tickets straight from the app. You can track the status of the trains. You can track the status of other trains, outgoing trains. You see what platform you're going. You see everything. We did end up missing one train. I'm gonna blame it on my sister, because it was the train that we tried to get when she was with us in charge. I mean, not really. It was, a train was late and the other one was leaving like 5 minutes early, which seems really rude. But overall, it went quite smoothly, and it's also cheap. It's like 17 euros a train ride, depending on, of course, where you are going. Okay, here is like our funny now / scary-ish story, and kind of something to keep in mind. Uber is not really a thing in Italy. You can get Uber Black in larger cities, such as Milan and Rome, but you can only book Uber Black, so the nicer, more expensive vehicles. Most people take taxis, and so when we were leaving Bologna, my sister had a flight out at like 7 a.m., so she needed to get to the airport really early, and we got the card from a taxi that we had just waved down at the train station, and the card had given a number which we could just text or call them. And we tried to pre-book the taxi because we were like, it's at 4 a.m. that she needs it, this is a smart idea. And they just answer back and they're like, tell us 15 minutes before, we're open 24/7. Great. Well, at 4 in the morning, nobody answers anything. We're out on the street, it's dark, it's 4 a.m., it's pouring rain, and the airport is like, you know, not walkable. So we're like, what do? We are calling them, we are texting them, nothing. So, not the most reliable thing. Maybe it was a fluke, I don't know, it was kind of annoying. But what I would suggest is, if you are needing to get a taxi, don't stay in an Airbnb, because an Airbnb, you're on your own. If we are at a hotel, which we were all our other stays, you just tell the front desk person, can you book me a taxi at this time? And they will just do it. So, Airbnb, you know what? It's sometimes, honestly, I think Airbnb is hit or miss. But if you know that you have to get somewhere the next day that you need a taxi for, keep in mind that a hotel might actually really benefit you, because you have a front desk person who they know all the ins and outs. Overall, we ran through the streets of Bologna at 4 in the morning, found a hotel, went into the hotel, talked to the hotel guy, and he called her a taxi. We got wet, but you know. But that's the end of the Italian YouTube series. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and ciao!